Hey there everybody, just want to do a little video update here. We are making Yvonne chai. What is it called in English, love?
Fireweed.
Fireweed. So,
Ivan's
Ivan's
tea.
tea.
You can drink it.
Yeah? So it does it grow in the States, Rebecca?
Yes, it grows in Canada,
Northern US. So this is some really good tea. It makes a really good black tea, and we'll show you in this video how to do that. So the first job, Rebecca and Ola, along with the horse, went up and got two big old giant gunny sacks full of the stems here, the tea. You want to collect it right as it's flowering or right before it flowers, and then you just strip down the stem just like that, and then the rest of the process we'll show you later. Before the October Revolution of 1917, Yvonne chai, or Ivan's tea, was one of the third, between it is in the top 3, top 5 of exported products from Russia to the West. So it actually was competitive in the European market with Chinese and Indian teas. Unfortunately, that was dropped off during the Soviet Union, during communism. But Rebecca and I have really gotten into doing tea, drinking Yvonne chai for the last year, and this year we decided to make our own since we have a ton of it.
It's supposed to be really good for you.
Got a lot of antioxidants in it. Rebecca told me that it's got about twice as much vitamin C per weight than orange. A lot of micro elements, so it's actually really good for you, and it tastes good. So, Оля, расскажи нам про Иван чай. В чем он полезен? She says it's got the entire periodic table of the elements in it, and you can just drink Yvonne chai all by itself. So there we go. Anyway, we'll show the rest of the process here in a minute. So 2 big burlap sacks of the Yvonne's tea makes, of the actual flowers, makes about 1 big garbage bag of leaves, and we'll show you how that breaks down the rest of the process. Kristen, pick it up. Let's go make some Ivan's tea, some Yvonne chai. Are you ready? No. There are a couple different methods that we use for processing the tea. These leaves we gathered a few days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and they've kind of wilted. They're starting to get a little wilty, starting to produce juices. So we can, just by hand, roll them in your hands just like that. Roll and roll and roll until the juices start coming out. And then you get this kind of a tea mass like that. Once you have the tea leaves that have been broken down like this, and they're kind of wet from their own juices, then you can ferment it, dry it, and get your tea. And we'll show you how that works a little bit later. But for now, got to get back to the rolling process. How you doing?
Fine.
What you doing?
Yvonne chai.
Yvonne chai. We're making Yvonne chai. So this is how you do it. You take, once you've already got the leaves, you take them and you put them through this meat grinder. If you have an electric meat grinder, that's the best. But if you only don't have an electric meat grinder, you might have an Elena who can help you. Elena's here volunteering with us for a few days, so she's working on the Yvonne chai with Adara. So there we go. So that big bag of Yvonne chai makes about 2 of these basins full of, when you work it through with the meat grinder. After that, after you've processed it that way, then it needs to go into just a container with a lid on it, into a dark, warm place for between 1.5 to 3 days, and it will ferment. It will actually ferment, and that's what makes it black tea. And then after that, we bring it out here and put it into the heater. So this is our solar dryer. Once the tea is fermented, we put it in here. This is actually completely full just a few minutes ago, but we emptied half of it for the Russian video. So the idea here is that once it's fermented, we just put it in the solar dryer. Rebecca uses a sheet there to make it getting it out of the solar dryer pretty easy. And so then when it's completely dry like that, we just put it together and get it ready to go. Say what?
A little damp.
A little damp? Needs to dry a little more?
Yeah, let's try a little longer.
All right. So Rebecca had wanted to get about one of these little barrels full of Ivan tea, Ivan's chai this year. So we're filling up this little keg, and hopefully by the end of the summer we can have it all filled up to have good homemade tea this winter. So that's just one of the few things that we're doing this summer to get ready for the winter, putting up some Ivan's tea into the storehouse. And so it's pretty wonderful that we live in an area that has a lot of good natural teas and berries and all kinds of different things. So God give us wisdom to use the resources that are at our disposal. All right, that's it for today. God bless.